Welcome to today's team training. We have a weekly team training that covers different parts of our business to help you guys grow yourself individually and also help you grow your agencies as we're out there servicing more clients and growing our business through partner recruitment. Real quick, last week we talked about IPAs, which are income producing activities, and we talked about the importance of making sure that we structure our time management around understanding what's going to get us the results. The week before that, we did a training on breaking down our business model. So on the backs of the business model, on the backs of the IPA, we are going into what I consider is a crucial and one of the most critical aspects of our business, which is understanding the various roles. So we adopted like a virtual assembly line, right? Where marketers, managers, consultants, we all work together to allow the client to get the best experience and also allow our partners to have the best experience as well, not forcing them into roles they don't know how to do, they don't have the time to do, they don't want to do, but also allowing them to grow with their business. So what we're going to do today is we're going to break down what these roles are, why they're important, and how they contribute to both your individual success and the team's growth. We'll also explore what I think is an exciting compensation structure tied to these roles. Remember, when you're out there talking to either existing partners, yourself, potential partners, whatever it might be, this is not a job. It's an entrepreneurial system and a platform and infrastructure designed to reward your efforts, your collaboration, and your leadership. So understand what you're involved in and understand what you're looking for, because this isn't something where you clock in and clock out. Somebody's constantly telling you need to do this, that, or the other. There's a lot of time management. There's a lot of entrepreneurial skills that you'll develop going through an opportunity like this, but we're not looking for people who are looking for a job. All right, so let's break this down. What are the roles and what are the responsibilities of our business model, and how do you pick and choose what you want to do, and how do you grow into the stuff if you so choose to at a later point? All right, marketing. What is a marketer's role? The primary responsibility, obviously, is contacting and generating leads. If you're in a marketer's role, which most all of us are until you get to a point of distribution where you're just managing. So the marketer's role, and we're all going to go through this role if you're going to build a business, is a contact business. You're contacting people by text, email, voice, direct messages, social media posts, whatever it might be, because if you're trying to recruit, if you're trying to sell products and services and nobody knows who you are, you're going to have little chance of doing that. So a marketer's role is to be found, be seen, be heard. They reach out to potential clients and partners, identify those who might benefit from either our client services or our partner opportunities, and ensure the pipeline of opportunities is always full. A marketer's job is not really hard, especially with a lot of the pieces of the model. When you look at the ability to pass it off very quickly. If there's any interest at all, you have a whole team, a support team who can close down deals, do the paperwork, do all the stuff that you either don't want to do, don't know how to do, or lack the skill set to do, and you can make some great money here. So understand, if you're a marketer, if you were looking at this role, it's a contact role, and you just need short, jab communication language to get somebody interested. And really our call to action most of the time on the front end is learn more. Somebody wants to learn more about this, about that. That's really going to be the next action step in the call to action on the original kind of marketing communication. The marketer's role. So why is the marketer's role important? Because without marketers, guys, we don't have prospects to educate, convert, or grow your business. Without prospects to grow your business, you don't have a business, right? So we need to be found, we need to be seen, we need to be heard, and we need to have a pass-off system where these marketers can feel confident. If you're taking on another role like consulting and you're not doing a good job, and marketers are doing their job and creating leads that you're not closing, they're not going to have the confidence to go out there and continue to market like they are. So we need good marketers, we need good consultants, and we need to join those together. But like I said, the marketer is the top of the funnel. If there's nothing happening there, there's nothing happening through the bottom of the funnel, which is results, growth, income, revenue, etc. So marketers are absolutely the lifeblood of your business. You are the first point of contact and the bridge that connects people to our solutions, to our opportunities, depending on if you're looking at a client or a partner. Once again, We've tried to develop a model where you can say very little on the front end. If you're active, if you're having that activity, doing what yourself, we should be able to manufacture revenue and income on a very limited role. And then you can either grow out of that role or you can continue and create a 6 or 7 figure business out of just marketing. So let's talk about how the marketer gets compensated, because you always want to know for yourself. And if you're going to grow an agency, you need to know how you get paid. Because if you can't explain it to someone else because you don't know, and there's not going to be a very good chance of you bringing in talent. So compensation. Obviously, we have split deals. Marketers share in revenue when their leads convert. If I'm a marketer and Joe over here is a consultant, I create a lead and I send it over to Joe. Joe, he closed the deal. Great. It's a 50-50 split according to the revenue grid on the product or service or whatever it might be. So once again, opening my mouth, creating a contact, creating a lead, creating some lead generation can be a very lucrative opportunity when paired up with the right consultants who are smart, who are knowledgeable, and know how to solve people's problems over selling products. You also don't get limited in your view here. A marketer can create overrides and spreads because a marketer can also be a builder, right? So if you're opening up leads and opening up conversations on the partner side, sending them over to learn more, sending them over for interviews, sending them over for agent discovery calls, your agency is going to build. We also go a step further. If we see people trying to build an agency, we will put people under them. So as a builder, marketers earn additional income from team performance. Bonuses. You can make bonuses on production. You can make bonuses on distribution. There are several parts of our business model that we reward you for achieving volume or recruitment milestones. And then once again, in multiple parts of the model, we have equity opportunities. So participation in the growth of the business, just doing what you're supposed to do on a day in, day out business, is a long-term wealth building incentive. So the equity conversation, whether it's in a part of the model that's unknown, a future date, future price, or it's actually known and we're working towards that, is something that you guys need to understand. A marketer is not just creating leads to split revenue. A marketer is creating leads to split revenue and build their distribution. So understand that even though you're just creating leads, all that you can access through this model. All right, let's talk about consulting. Remember, the consultant is actually responsible for revenue and income, because if the marketer does their job and the consultant does not do their job, there's no revenue, there's no income, there's no growth, and there's really no confidence in the overall model or the virtual assembly line to get this done. So the consultant is just going to educate prospects. Notice we didn't say sell them. We're going to educate our prospects on our solutions and then convert those leads that the marketers created into clients or partners. Consultants are going to focus on presenting the benefits of tools for clients like the Money Max account, life insurance solutions, or other financial products. And then on the partner side, the opportunities. We focus on understanding as a consultant what the key problem is, and then we fix that problem with the solution. All that the products and the services are is part of the overall solution. So understand, when you are looking at either doing the consultant role or becoming the consultant role in the future, your job is to educate, your job is to connect with people, and your job is to solve problems and put yourself in a position where they understand you are the best person to be talking to about solving that particular problem. The consultant role is also extremely important. Why is this? Because consultants take the interest created by marketers and turn that into action or revenue, income, whatever it is that you want to call it. You're the educators, the advocates, and the closer. So once again, you make the wheel turn on revenue and income. Without consultants, there's no transformation. There's no value delivered, and there's no revenue generated. So without marketers, there's no leads. Without consultants, there's no closes, there's no sales, there's no revenue and income. So both of those bookends, the marketer on one side and the consultant on one side, are extremely important to keeping the doors open, quote unquote, for your business and keep it growing. How does a consultant get compensated? Well, it's going to look kind of similar, because you have the ability to split deals. So if somebody creates leads, sends it over, you close it. You guys are creating leads and you're closing those leads, so there's revenue. So you're going to be splitting that revenue with the marketer. Now, if you're the marketer and the consultant, you're taking that whole piece of the grid that is designed and specified for the sale. overrides and spreads. Just like marketers, consultants can also earn from team performance and business growth. You have the ability to be a producer, and you have the ability to build distribution. If you just want to be a producer, that's fine, but understand you are going to miss out on so much value in this model. So you can be a consultant and you can do all the things that you want to do, but you can also build an organization. Why is that important? Because the more organization that you build, the more marketers come in, the more leads that are created, the more business that you're going to have to close. So you have the bonuses earned by reaching your own performance goals set by different parts of the business model. And then once again, you have equity available as consultants grow their teams and contribute to the larger business. In parts of our model, you can access the equity on both a producer and distribution side, and there's a hybrid of both. So understand that being a consultant means you are educating and closing sales, but it also means don't keep your eye off the prize, which is building distribution and creating a network where you never have to go out and actually look for leads again. Manager. So if those are the two bookends, what's a manager? Manager just acts as the orchestra conductor, and that makes sure that ensures that every team member is in the right place at the right time for things like the handoff. So remember, an orchestra conductor, he's not playing an instrument, he or she is not playing an instrument, but they are making everything kind of flow together. So we oversee recruitment, training, and growth, and ensure the agency operates efficiently and scales effectively. Manager is one of those leadership roles where you can really grow as a person and grow agency distribution at the same time, personal and professional development. So let's look at the manager role. Why is this important? Because managers are the backbone of your business. They're going to bring order and structure to the team, ensuring that every single role is performing at its best. The manager is working with consultants, is working with marketers, working with other managers to ensure that everything is running smoothly. Every business needs managers, right? So as a leader, you create the foundation for long-term growth and success. And this is really where leadership rises to the top, because managers can go out there and they can put together teams, they can manage those teams, and they can educate those teams and support those teams to the point where those teams no longer necessarily need that manager. But from that time, energy, resources on the front side, you've created generational leadership, which can't be knocked or can't be beat. Compensation for the manager. Once again, this is going to look similar, but remember, you're not making direct revenue as a consultant or as a marketer when you are a manager. The manager is getting compensated by overrides and spreads. They earn a portion of all the agency production, whether you're working as an agency manager or whether you have a portfolio of digital agencies. You have the ability to earn bonuses. So significant incentives tied to agency performance as well as milestones. And then once again, managers are creating revenue and income through the job they're supporting. That creates equity points and equity shares. So direct participation in the financial success of the agency. So you have two bookends that create leads and close leads. You have the manager right in the middle. That's really the leadership role, the glue that holds everything together, the orchestra conductor, making sure everybody is in the right seat at the right time with the right instrument ready to play. So how these roles work together? Well, a good manager will create synergy and teamwork. So all three of these roles are interconnected, and we kind of look at it as a virtual assembly line, and they're all essential to the success of your business. So let's review. Marketers create opportunities by creating contacts. The easier you make it for a marketer to create a lead, the easier it's going to be for you to grow your business. And that's why we've inserted so many different types of things in our model that are real easy, quick, to the point conversation, and then you pass it off. Consultants, they educate and close the deals, and managers, once again, they're just ensuring that everything's run smoothly and your business grows. When marketers, managers, and consultants all work together, it's a beautiful thing, guys, if it's done correctly. It's like a relay race. That baton must be passed effectively for the team to actually win. Your compensation and your growth potential as a marketer and a consultant, you split deals, you have overrides, you have spreads, bonuses, and equity. You have the opportunity to build wealth as both roles can recruit and grow teams. So don't ever look, once again, as a marketer role or as a consultant role as an individual role that doesn't allow for growth of a team. Managers, once again, earn additional income from team production, bonuses, and equity. And as a manager, your role transitions from individual contributor to a team leader. And that's multiplying your earning potential because more people need more stuff from you. That's how you get paid to manage. This compensation model rewards effort, teamwork, as well as leadership. The more you contribute to the success of your team, the more you earn. Pretty simple equation to understand. Once again, this is not a job. It's a wealth building opportunity, entrepreneurial platform that rewards entrepreneurs that come in that can take on these roles, become leaders, help build distribution of products and services that tackle some of the biggest financial problems in our country. So marketers, you fuel the business. Without you guys, there is no business. You're creating opportunities that allow the team to grow and succeed. Now, if you find a marketer that's really good at lead generation, most of the time they're not necessarily great at sales. So our virtual assembly model and line offers them an opportunity to come in, gravitate towards what they want to specialize, get richly rewarded by doing the pass off, and have an opportunity to grow the business continually by making a team. Consultants, you are the educators. You make a difference in people's lives by turning that interest into action. Without you, we're not servicing any clients. We're not helping anybody win the money game. We're not creating any revenue and income for us. So you guys are extremely important. And then managers, you are the leaders who keep the team aligned, motivated, and growing. We all need a unified vision. Each role is equally important. So don't discount a role or thinking one role is more important than the other. When everybody does their part, we create something bigger than ourselves. And it's a business that can change the lives and build wealth of our clients and our partners that are involved with us. So let's talk about setting roles-based goals. So what you want to do is look at your role, where you are in the business, for all the different points, understand your role, what you have to do to get your business to the next plateau that you're trying to get it to, whether that's initial traction, whether that's growth, whether that's scalability, whatever it might be. Understand where you are and what you need to do to get your business going. So marketers, here's what you want to do. You want to work on strategies for generating new leads. And I know that sounds kind of cliche, but you want to go back to some of the teachings that we've had in the previous weeks on personas. We've got plenty of education on these things, previous training, but who is your target audience this week? I prefer that you guys have a persona that you go after all the time, but you need to change from time to time. Who are you going after? If you don't know who you're going after, how do you know where to find them and what to say to them? So are you going after homeowners, young professionals, small business owners? What platforms or methods will you use to reach them? Are you comfortable on social media? Are you doing direct messages? Are you doing in-person networking events or online group events, whatever it might be? And how can you use our tools, our resources, our scripts to make outreach more effective? Remember, as a marketer, you want to keep that language and communication simple, to the point, and connected to the next action step, which is learn more. Examples of marketing strategies for generating new leads: create posts on Facebook, Instagram, educating people, not pitching, selling, recruiting, but educating people on converting debt to wealth through a call to action. And then it can be something as simple as getting offline. Reach out to 10 people in your existing network and invite them to a webinar or discovery call. You don't have to be running it. Just invite them to one that's already on there, or attend one community event or networking group to meet potential prospects. Notice that in the examples, I switched them up. Why is that? I don't know what you're comfortable doing. Some people hate, doing this, that, or the other. So I want you to gravitate once again towards what you're comfortable, what you want to specialize in. But once you understand what that is, you need to go after it hot and heavy, because if you're a marketer and you're generating leads and you're passing them off, you will have revenue and income. And with different parts of our model, different spokes in a wheel, you can create many, many, many streams of income revenue here that will dramatically change your financial landscape. And then if you are a consultant, here's what you need to be working on. These are the ways to improve your education or sales process. How can you enhance your presentations? Improve visuals, simplify explanations, address common objections. You want to, as a consultant, learn from what's been happening in the past. Somebody has the same questions over and over and over again, preemptively overcome those. If your visuals have been looking a little outdated, enhance those, improve those. Once you learn how to take very complicated and complex financial information, break that down to an elementary 5th grade level, you're golden as a consultant. And then what follow-up strategy can you implement to improve client engagement? That's important, right? Everything's not going to be closed immediately. You have a follow-up process. If you don't, then guess what? You're leaving revenue and income on the table. Stuff falls through the cracks, and your marketers will start to lose confidence in your ability to help them. And then are there any specific skills or knowledge gaps you need to address? So if you're going into consultations, you're going into presentations, the better understanding of financial products and the ability to break those down into elementary like communication is extremely important. Marketers, managers, and consultants, we never stop improving our skill sets. If we do, we're in trouble. And then examples, create a more personalized approach for each client. Remember, facts tell, stories sell. So be a storyteller, right? Such as tailoring examples to their unique financial situation. So you want to be talking directly to them about them and their problems, their financial goals, their lives, and then use people that might mirror them or be similar to them in your storytelling. And then follow up with past prospects who showed interest but didn't take action. Once again, if you're not doing that, it's going to separate the high earners from the low earners. Follow up is one of those determining factors. And then start to review stuff. Watch or review a recorded presentation to identify areas for improvement. How many consultants out there review, their sales presentations, review their education presentations? Because listening to yourself is one of the greatest ways to get better. And it will help you out tremendously. Consultants should reflect on their approach and identify areas for growth in their particular role, just like every other role should. And then managers. So remember, the manager role is a leadership role. So you can take the support to your team in a much better way. So how can you provide better resources or training to your team this week? You don't have a team, you don't have to worry about this role yet. You'll grow into that role. But if you do have a team, how can you make it better this week? What steps can you take to ensure better communication alignment with your team? If you're building a virtual team and you have little to no communication with that team, people feel like they're on a desert island because there's pros and cons to not having physical offices and things. One of the cons is we don't have that connection. So you want to create that connection with communication. And then how can you recognize or motivate your team to drive results? Remember, a leader leads. A leader motivates and inspires people to do better. A leader doesn't rule kind of with an iron fist. We're not in a management W-2 position where everybody's subordinate to you. This is actually something where you're inspiring, motivating people to go out there, do better, get it done. And then examples of this stuff is schedule one-on-one check-ins with team members to understand their challenges, provide their tailored support. I always tell team members, hey, if you're having problems, let me know. I don't know what your problems are if you don't let me know, but sometimes it's as easy as just reaching out. Hey, is everything okay? How are things going? You run into any obstacles? People will start to open up to you if you show interest in helping them. And then organize a midweek team huddle to share updates, answer questions, inspire action. And then as people are making things happen within your organization, hire one team member's success in a group setting to encourage healthy competition and morale. If your organization is basically at traction level, maybe those team members' success is in activity. Maybe it's not in results yet. So understand where you are, where your business is, and what you need to relay as a leader in that particular moment and environment. And then managers should focus on team development and creating an environment for success. So marketers, if you want kind of homework to take away from this training, write down 3 strategies for generating new leads this week. Remember, if you're doing something that's working, great. If you're doing something that's not working, why are you continuing to do it over and over and over again the same way, not getting any results? So write down new strategies, test, be willing to go out there and test things, fail, find successes. It's all stepping stones. Consultants, write down 3 ways to improve your education or sales process. And managers, write down 3 actions you can take to support your team better. All right, let's go and talk about really, you want to look at 3 things. You want to maximize your role and build your future. You build your future by interacting with other entrepreneurs in this business model on all these different platforms to help you. So maximize your particular role at this moment, be the best that you can at it, and build your future with the help of others. Take ownership. No matter which role you play today, you have the power to grow your business and expand into other roles. The more you invest in yourself and your team, the more opportunities you create for your success. Invest in others after you invest in yourself. And then focus on growth. Leverage the tools, the existing tools we have, the existing training, the existing teamwork available to you that's already in place. Access that. Take advantage of it before you have to start doing this on your own. Let's make 2025 the year we break records and achieve the success that you've been looking for in the financial industry. Remember, we have flexible models, or a flexible model with flexible roles, which creates lots of opportunity. Licensed, non-licensed, different roles, all just full of opportunity for revenue, income, personal, professional growth. And it goes back to the mission of helping clients win the money game, create financial freedom and flexibility. Nothing's changed there. We just have more ways to go out and get it done. So fix yourself before trying to fix others, and invest in people who invest in you. Put efforts into those who show effort. It's just so simple. You can't make somebody want this more than they want it for themselves. So identify people as a manager who are wanting to make it happen, work with those people, and then the bookends, marketers and consultants, understand your role, go out and dominate your role with the confidence and understanding that the other roles will be filled by people who know what they're doing. So we want to create an environment where people really have no excuses to make money. All that we see coming in are the results.